So, unrelated, I own a mine now. This Alright guys, squad update 4.3 release notes. They just came out and I haven't even read them yet. I'm pretty excited. This is definitely going to be one of the I don't think it's going to be Marine Corps big because that did add amphib, but this is going to be a pretty big deal. Features: added the Manicouagan map. Manicouagan is how it's aggressively pronounced. Is a complete remake of our Manic 5 map and layers. Yes, I have. Hey, look at this. There's a flooded variant. I have played it. It's great. It's a cool map. It's definitely more think Manic 5, but scaled down in terms of size and height and stuff like that. It's pretty good. I enjoy it. It's it's a good map. That's really all I can say about that. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Yeah, sad part. Manic 5 is going away. A lot of people didn't like Manic 5. I like Manic 5. Might be biased because you know, my name's in it. Which will no longer be playable nor available in the modding SDK. Added 2 new features: find match and server tagging. So this one's a little interesting, and I actually got invited to kind of not test but to give my feedback on it, which is really nice. I appreciate that. Man, I'm gonna put Astera. Thank you, man. Thanks for the invite. Server tagging. Server owners have the ability to tag their servers with a list of tags that we provide. These tags can be used to quickly find servers in the server browser. You can filter tags via the updated filter panel. Tags include language, game mode, playstyle. Playstyles. There's 3 playstyles. We got relaxed, focused, and milsim. Relaxed is communicate, coordinate, play for fun. Okay. Focused, play objective, play to win. And then milsim, tactics and subordination. Oh my, okay. I think our server PP, if you guys know a proper playstyle, we're probably gonna be more focused, but you know, we'll see. Experience preferences: new player friendly, explore the game and learn the ropes. Experience preferred: you are expected to know the game mechanics and common server rules. You know, if we can opt out of experience preference, I think PP is going to do that because you know, we want them both, so maybe they'll let us put both. I actually don't know. Map rotation: set rotation and map voting for servers using their own map voting system. So that's not implying that there's map voting in the game, which yes, there was supposed to be a map voting system. This is for people, for the most part, using Jet Dave's map voting system. If you're not using Jet Dave's map voting system, I recommend you check it out. It's an incredible system, and it works great. I think we've had it crash once, and I think it was our fault. Note: untagged servers will be shown only when you have server browser filters on default or unfiltered.
Okay.
In addition to having tags, server browser also has new tabs that allow you to quickly hop back into a server that you liked. Favorites tab and recents tab. Cool. Find match. You can now search for a server by pressing the find match button on the main menu screen. So this is quick play, essentially. There is a search preference menu that will allow you to narrow down the types of servers you want to play. In addition to the tags and game modes, search preference include find match type. Multi-choice will show 3 servers to choose from. Automatic connects to the first server found, and you can filter that by, of course, match type, maximum ping, minimum players, match elapsed time. Additional notes on how to find match works: only shows modded servers if you have these mods installed. Very helpful. And then does not show full servers. Cool. That's awesome. That's just more filters. Redesign the main menu UI. I seen it. Looks good. Been a while. It's been a while since we got touched up. We're excited to announce the new visual update to our main menu. We revamped the design to be more sleek and modern while making it easier to navigate. The main menu features a cleaner layout with updated graphics and animations that enhance the user experience. We hope you enjoy our main menu's new look. Awesome. So that's some of the bigger stuff. Now we got the big boy, militia faction rework, and we have been waiting for this for fucking ever. Oh man, I got to test these guys out, and they're great. They're sick. So first off, we got squad leaders, which there's 5 of them, and you'll notice if you read ahead, yeah, that is correct. That's a 40mm HE grenade, and I can get a squad leader with RKG3 anti-tank grenades. So that is awesome. And then a unique one is we have unlocked at a squad size of 6. We have 2 HE grenades with, of course, the IP78 optic. That's the Russian ones that they're currently using. Say goodbye to the 1POK optic, I think it's called. I forget what it's actually called. AK-74U, gonna see that a lot more in the game now. So all my Crank Warriors out there, we got another one up here. 45 round mag, very cool. What else? Yep. Riflemen. Whew. They're looking thick. We got the FAL, we got an M4, the AKS with an optic. Oh, IP63. Okay, so that isn't going away. Okay. I thought it was the IP63. Oh, that shit was gone. SKS with a PU optic for regular riflemen. That's very cool. That's very marksman-like. The PU optic is a 3.4 times optic, so I mean that's cool. Ambusher, 5 fragmentation grenades, and a personal camouflage net. Oh man, this thing is neat. I like it, and it does hide you. Again, might be a little biased. Ambusher 2, yep, 2 frag grenades, 3 anti-tank grenades. Very cool. Camouflage netting, awesome. This is very interesting. It's funny they specify this. Automatic Rifleman 01 has the mini-me with no tracers, which is actually really exciting, especially if you love automatic rifleman, because that's your only option. Oh no, we have a second option. Automatic Rifleman 2, no tracers, RPK-74, very cool. Infiltrator, Scorpion, and the AK-74U with the 45. 4 anti-tank grenades. Now, the damage numbers could be changed, but I believe up against a T62, or a correction, a T72, it took 4 grenades to kill a tank. So this Infiltrator, get close enough and you're able to kill a tank. This is totally going to change the way that this entire faction plays, just because now we have these RKG3 tank grenades, anti-tank grenades thrown back into the game. It makes getting close to a tank worth it, like a risk to go in and do what you got to do. And that's awesome. That makes it a really unique feel. Doesn't just feel like a modified insurgent. RPG-7. Oh my god, I forgot about this. 5 RPG-7 fragmentation rockets. Like that's that is nuts. That's cool to have 2 grenadier classes. Lat 1, Lat 2, 5 heat rifle grenades. That's right. It's gonna be a FAL with a rifle grenade. I don't remember testing the damage for this. I don't remember it being too much. If I were to guess, I'd say less than a hat. Less than a lat, correction. But yeah, I'd say less than a lat. Marksman, SVD, no one cares about them. Boo! PKM, no tracers. Interesting. Every single one of their machine guns don't have tracers. That's very interesting. Hat 1, RPG-7 tandem with 2 frags. Very cool. They get 2 tandems, which is going to be pretty OP. And the second one gets 2 tandems as well. Very cool. Saboteur, 3 anti-tank mines, no IED. 3 times explosives. Wow, that's pretty cool. So essentially, we don't use IEDs anymore. You know, I wonder. I'm sure we'll go down, but I wonder what the commander actually uses. The militia can now make use of the rifle grenades for the FAL rifles. There are fragmentation and heat rifle grenades available depending on which role is used. Due to limited effective range, these warheads will pack a slightly bigger punch than the underslung grenade launcher rounds from other factions. Yes, but what about on vehicles? RKG-3 anti-tank grenades, a blast from the past. Yes, it is, because these have been in the game before. The RKG-3 anti-tank grenades have returned to the game after being thrown into the air. The RKG-3 will deploy a parachute to orient itself downwards to damage vehicles it make contact with. It will not do splash damage to vehicles. It will not do splash damage to vehicles? Oh, okay, so it has to be a direct impact. You can't hit it and land next to it and expect it to do something. The grenade will have a limited effectiveness against infantry and is currently unable to damage vehicle components, engines, tracks, ammo racks. This is a known issue. Okay, so let me just read that again so we don't have a ton of you guys in the chat. It's currently unable to damage vehicle components, such as engines, tracks, and ammo racks. Okay, we got that? We clear? I hope so, because I know someone's going to say something. AK series reload animation. Militia has received a new set of reload animations for their AK series, AK-74, AKM, etc. Weapon, which will give them a slight decrease to the reload speed of the weapons. A tactical reload, still ammunition in the current magazine, will see the current magazine swapped out with a new one that's already in hand, while the dry reload, no ammo, in the current magazine will depict what's co-equally known as a Iraq reload. Oh, I know the Iraq reload. I actually know that. It's when you like put the, I think it's when you put the AK in the center of your chest. Hold on. So I could be wrong. But I think this is the Iraq reload they're talking about. They hold it in the center of their chest. So an AK, if you don't know, doesn't have a bolt hold open, right? So you can't just drop the mag out, put a new one in. So what they do is I think they take the mag out and they hold it like this. And I think they'll hold it back, put the new one in, and then let it go. And I think that's what the Iraq reload is. Could be wrong, but I guess I'll know when I edit this video, huh? Okay, continuing on, these animations will also apply to the insurgent faction, but conventional factions using AK series weapon will continue to use the original reload animations. Sweet, little bonus for the insurgents there. AK series iron sight picture. In addition to new reload animations, we've adjusted the sight pictures on the AK-74, AKM, SKS, AKS-74U, Mosin, PKP, PKM, and PPSH. Using iron sights to prevent the weapon from being skewed. This also moves the iron sight picture closer to being more authentic, although we feel it struck the right balance between looking realistic, which when done so with 100% realism, many players might find difficult to use and usable. Right, so I've seen these. Essentially what it is that the sight picture, the stock isn't going to be in your mouth. It's going to be further out, as if you would hold an actual AK. I see it and it looks rough, and I'm honestly worried about this one because people using iron sight AKs are definitely going to find it a little difficult. You'll definitely see in 24 hours. New and updated vehicles. So, of course, the BM-21 Grad, I don't know how that leaked so quick. That was incredible. It's sweet, really cool. For those that don't know, MLRS, Multiple Launch Rocket System, to be added to the game, and arguably the first true self-propelled artillery vehicle that we have added. It fires powerful 122mm rockets with a minimum firing distance of 100 meters. It has a minimum firing distance of 900 meters and a maximum firing distance of 1500 meters, even on even ground, and will only be present on larger maps within the game. So cool. What can I say about it? Man, it is strong. It is strong. It's way more strong than a mortar. And I can guarantee that there's going to be groups of guys that go out and specifically hunt this vehicle down, because if it can get zeroed on target, it's going to hurt. Due to its limited effectiveness at shorter ranges, getting the most bang for your buck out of the weapon will involve closely communicating and coordinating with spotters to ensure that you are hitting an area populated with relevant targets, and that your rockets are landing on target. It'll be used most effectively against mass concentrations of infantry in the open, enemy fobs, or static light to medium vehicles. yeah, so all you super fob fans out there, you're gonna have a problem now. And this is on like a defensive playstyle faction, which if you couldn't tell by like all the stuff that they're adding, I think we'll get more into it as we go down. The militia faction is a lot more defensive now, but now we have this great offensive ability, which is vehicle, which is awesome. Armored, Ural, and technical. So this is something that I was actually excited for. This is the first time we've seen armored transports and lodges, and it's cool. Yeah, so the militia will be receiving several variants of improvised up armored Ural 375s as well as modern pickups. The idea behind these vehicles was to offer a bit more protection to the light vehicles of militia, since overall their vehicle lineup is lacking compared to more conventional factions. Hastily welded steel sheets will protect some of the vehicle's occupants from small arm fire, although larger caliber ammunition will still pass through. I'm gonna assume that it's talking about 50 cal will still pass through. In testing, I couldn't test it properly. You were able to shoot right through the doors. It was just like the look. It was like cardboard. It wasn't even. So I'm sure that'll get fixed. I'm sure it will be a little bit better. One of the things that's kind of interesting is that the armor for the front obscures your view and definitely makes it scary to drive through woods. So that will definitely be something to be worried about. And then I think there's like slots that are kind of large enough to see out, and you might be able to shoot through those slots and get anyone that's inside. But I know the Insurgent Armored Techie has those as well, and you can't do it with those. You can only shoot through the back window. BMP-1 and SPG-9 update. Interesting. I don't think I've seen this before. We've updated the minimum arming distance and recoil impulse of the BMP-1's 2A 28 gram main cannon and the PSG-9 recoilless rifle. The arming distance has been reduced from 35 to 6. Oh my god. And recoil impulse has been lessened. These changes should make these weapons more effective in combat, in addition to bringing their values more in line with authenticity. New flag and voice lines. Yes, there is a new flag now. Updated character voice lines. I don't remember hearing those. New vehicle camouflage. There is a slightly new look to them. I'll say like the camo and the feel is really Chechenian / like Moldova, like that kind of area. It's cool. It's good stuff. New emplacement, the Zis-3 field gun. Yeah, so this is a literal World War II anti-tank cannon that they're using. So the Zis-3 field gun is the first of its kind to be added to the game. It is a weapon emplacement with up to 2 being able to be constructed within a regular militia forces FOBs. That's interesting. That's up from 1, which we tested. It will have fragmentation, heat, smoke, ammunition types available, so it'll be effective against both infantry and vehicles at long range, but because prolonged use will sap FOB of ammunition supplies. I don't recall what it is to per shot, but I do specifically remember that heat round not being work very well against tanks, and who knows, maybe they'll change the values on it. We still have the SPGs, the implaceable SPGs, or at least last I seen, we still have the implaceable SPGs, and those still have their version of the heat rounds, which, you know, don't work the best, but they work all right. Zis-3 is best employed in ambush positions covering choke points or used in positions with long lines of sight, where the threat of return fire will be reduced, the likelihood of quickly incapacitating an operator. This weapon is a relic of World War II, and as such, heat ammunition lacks the armor penetration capabilities of modern weapons. Only 120 millimeters of armor penetration, but will still need to be taken advantage of in order to offset the irregular militia forces' lack of conventional heavy vehicles. Absolutely. So 120 millimeters, I mean, that's penning pretty much everything but a main battle tank at that point, unless you hit it in the right spot. But that doesn't mean it's not doing any damage to the tank. You can still put a heat round into their track and be useful. So don't be afraid to still use it against vehicles. Just know you're good chance you're not gonna use it all, and then he's gonna send a Sabo right into it, because it is a big chonker. New fortifications, dirt-filled ammo boxes. So I love these new fortifications. I've seen them, they're great. It is something unique to the faction. So dirt-filled ammo boxes, that's pretty much the sandbags. Let's see what they say about it. Militia will receive a lineup of new defensive fortifications crafted out of dirt-filled ammo boxes in the new update. These will be their basic building blocks for defensive positions. In addition to these, militia will still have access to log walls and sandbags. Yep. Tank traps. I've been asking for this for years. So OWI, good job, man. That's great. Good job. Tank traps are cheap, quick to build fortifications that can be used to block off roads, bridges, choke points in order to set up ambush on vehicles. Vehicle occupants will have to dismount and deal with the tank traps in order to clear the path, so it will be ideal to lay these in locations where militia can ambush vehicles or its dismounts. Otherwise, these will only be a marginal nuisance. In testing, Arty, like not mortars. Mortars probably do it too, but Arty did definitely do it. I think we've seen some take some tank cannon fire, and it didn't really do much to it. Maybe he was using the wrong rounds. I don't know. But this is great. I love the idea of this, because how many times are you trying to block off a location and you just use a sandbag and then someone just HEs a sandbag and moves on? You know what I mean? So it's good to have something, an actual piece, an actual emplacement that's made for stopping vehicles. That's awesome. I love that. Hull down position. This one's also pretty exciting. The hull down position is a fortification whose primary intent is to offer frontal and side armor protection for armored vehicles such as a BMP-1 or T-72 on even ground, and up to 2 can be built per fob and will allow militia's older generation armored vehicles to contend against their better conventional counterparts. Yeah, so the height of this hull down position comes up it comes up about to the turret line on a T-62, so you're getting that much protection. And believe it or not, the BMP-1 is actually taller than the T-62. So in terms of using vehicles on it, it's going to be great. BMP-1 is going to have a little trouble using it, but now T-62 is going to be great use of T-62. But again, defensive. Militia is really now a defensive faction. Camouflage netting. Really love this. Totally not biased. As part of the update, the irregular militia forces will get access to several new camouflage netting fortifications. The lean-to, wall, and canopy will provide multiple opportunities for concealing not only infantry fighting positions, but the canopy in particular is large enough to conceal vehicles, HABs, hull-down positions, or can just be used as a decoy position to confuse enemy UAVs. The camouflage netting fortification will help the militia both set up ambush positions and critical choke points, or simply enhance a larger defensive position. This thing's cool. It's great. It's massive for one. I think if positioned properly, you could fit a HAB inside one, but you probably want to use 2 to properly fit it. And then don't be afraid to set up some of these as distractions either, because that camo netting is just great. But remember, it works both ways. So we have a lot of fun with that, and they're cheap too. I think they were maybe 100 build, maybe less. I really don't recall. System and gameplay updates made further visual improvements to the U.S. Army soldiers. I don't know if that means we're getting legs back, boys, but I think we're getting legs back. I think this is just taking away the Play-Doh legs. So if you looked at other players in the current build, their legs look like they're made of Play-Doh. They're really not that well done. Configured multiple vehicles to eject players from open seats when in deep water. Interesting. To eject players from open seats when in deep water. Okay. Retextured medium and large ammo crates. Okay. Large ammo crates? Maybe they're talking about like the level that they build them. Rebalanced machine gun mag counts to overall increase the amount of ammo carried by AR and MG kits. Okay, so they increase the amount of magazines that both AR and MG kits have. Removed bleed system from RAS layers on all flags, except when all flags have been captured, which still has a 60 tickets per minute mercy bleed. So if you push the enemy all the way back to the last cap flag and you capture it, it's going to be 60 tickets. I particularly like this change for a few reasons. When you're playing pubs a lot of people's thinking is, oh, we have 1 or 2 ticket bleed. We better push and, you know, make sure we're not getting that bleed. And it's hard to explain to them. It's like, dog, that's bleed per minute. That's really not a big deal. You know, that's 3 radios of loss in an hour, which the game is normally an hour. So why don't we just play defensive? But now removing this gets that mindset away. And now we can really say, okay, you know, let's not super fob, but we know we're going to lose this point. Let's make our second point a little bit better, more defensible, stop them from walking in. And I think that's going to be a very new player friendly idea, because naturally most players want to push the point or they want to defend the point. And now both of those are viable regardless of what state the battle is, except for your last flag being captured, in which, you know, you need to push. SQ 17206 removed minus 10 ticket loss when a flag is lost for the AAS, RAS, and skirmish game modes. Interesting. So I wonder if they removed... I don't know what this is right here, the SQ. I wonder if that's like the ticket number. So I think what that's saying is you don't lose tickets when a flag is lost. So in that case, in a game, couldn't you just trade captures and get your points all the way back up to, you know, whatever? I feel like that's abusable. Maybe I'm not understanding it. In seed mode, flags now require one player to capture. Very cool. Made improvements to two-handed gesture animations. Interesting. Added idle animations for the preview and customize screen soldier. Very cool. Made improvements to the camera animation on the PLA ZSL-10 wheeled APC open top turret. Damn, all right. Added desert camo for the QJZ-89 remote weapon station. Okay, very cool. And this actually brings me... I'm going to scroll back up real quick because I wanted to see something about Manachwagan. No, I don't see a seed layer. Oh, there it is. Nice. Cool. So there is a seed layer. That's going to be awesome. We'll probably be using that for a while. Hopefully it's optimized. General bugs fixed. General bug fixes. Fixed a client crash related to weapon tow. Fixed a client crash related to emotes. Fixed a client crash related to script core. Fixed a client insure issue related to bipod. Fixed several issues with the shop and customized screens. Fixed multiple minor visual issues related to clipping while emoting and gesturing. Fixed an issue that could cause two-hand gestures not work properly on certain layers. I have seen that. Clapping, where it makes the noise but it doesn't clap. Fixed an issue that could allow players to use the squad leader specific gestures while dragging bodies. That's funny. Fixed an issue where players could find themselves unable to lean and aim down sight if a third-person emote is triggered during the transition from prone to standing. Very interesting. Never touched that. Fixed an issue where players could appear to hold items like their weapons while using the facepalm emote. Fixed an issue where users could not use the applaud gesture with the decoy rock item equipped. Alignment issues with the rocket launcher animations. I think I've seen that. Yeah, I think that's with the tap, or not the PLA. Fixed an issue that caused the ASLAV APC to have no engine sounds at max revs. Very unfortunate. Glad that's fixed. Several landscape performance issues, including landscape breathing. Yeah, so that's good. That's essentially like sometimes, forget the map, I believe it's Mestia, you'd see like logs and trees on the ground and they'd just be like growing and then shrinking and then growing and shrinking, and that's what they mean by landscape breathing. Fixed an issue that prevented the icon for the SPG-9 emplacement to appear after it had been built. Fixed an issue where players could become invisible if entering the admin camera while within the main base. Fixed an issue that caused the barrel of the C7A2 M203A1 to disappear in third person when switching to any grenade ammunition type. Very cool. Fixed an issue that caused the barrels of the LMGs, Canadian LMGs, to be invisible in third person. Corrected incorrect Chinese text on the PF-98 hat launcher's laser rangefinder. Caused an issue that caused bullet tracers to spawn from a soldier's chest instead of the weapon barrel. That would be awful. Fixed a collision issue with the Lav 2 Coyote. Fixed an issue that caused water splash effects to be inconsistent across multiple players. Fixed an issue related to graphical setting display. Fixed an issue that prevented the icon for ammo crates from appearing when another player is too close to it. Interesting. I feel like that's a legacy fix because I've ran into that a lot. They'll be like, oh, where's the ammo crate? And it's like, just look on the map. It's right next to you. Like, what are you, lost? Fixed a minor visual issue with the BRDM2 spandrel. Fixed an issue that caused the M38 DMR optic to be invisible in third person. Fixed an issue that caused the turret for the M2A3 IFE woodland variant to swap to a desert texture when the vehicle is destroyed. Always good to have that gone. Fixed an issue that caused the iron sight of the Australian EF88 reload or rifle to be invisible in third person. Fixed an issue where spawn screen layer names could block interaction with spawn points in rare circumstances. Fixed an issue that caused a character model to appear shiny and warped. No more shiny and warped characters. Fixed an issue with a voiceover for objectives becoming neutral. Interesting. Fixed a minor visual inconsistencies between first and third person sleeves for certain US Army roll kits. Very cool. Haven't noticed that. Fixed an issue that caused first person weapon reloading animation to become desynced when using free look. Very cool. Updated the weapon selection order of the ZTZ-99A MBT to the standard set used by other vehicles. Fixed several incorrect tooltips for open top turrets. Very cool. Fixed an issue that caused the FV520 CTAS 40 IFV to be incorrectly labeled as FV520 WCSP IFV on the interact pop-up. That's actually good that was changed. I didn't report that, but I have seen that. Map updates and bug fixes. Cool. Basra fixed a pair of minor visual issues. Awesome. Anvil fixed a lighting issue on AASV2. Cool. Black Coast fixed several minor issues. Fixed an issue that could cause the UH-60 to explode upon spawning on the Essex, the aircraft carrier. Fixed several issues with the subpen. Fixed an issue where players could fall through invisible holes under the sub launch bays in subpen. Fixed an issue that caused client log spam when the radial menu was open and closed. Cora fixed an visual issue that could cause gaps in the walls to form. I've seen that. Fallujah fixed multiple minor visual issues. Goose Bay fixed a landscape issue that could cause players and vehicles to become stuck on the lake on the western side of the map. Fixed several minor visual issues. Fixed an issue that allowed a radio to be placed in an unreachable spot at the refinery. Fixed an issue that could allow players to shoot below fences. Gordoc fixed an issue that caused some PLA vehicles to not appear inside the main base rearm zone. Cool. RU fixed a minor visual issue relating to roads. I wonder if they fixed that tree finally. Fixed an issue that caused some RGF vehicles to not appear inside the main base zone. Very cool. That was so annoying. Fixed an issue on V2 where USMC had 4 LAV 25s instead of the listed 2. ARV armored reconnaissance vehicle. EHO moved to an incorrect placed ammo crate on RAS V10. Fixed an issue that could cause players to spawn the roof when having the Russian main spawn selected on territory control V3. Very cool. Updated mod SDK to V4.3. Cool. Updated mod versioning to 4.3. This requires mods to be recooked. And fixed an issue where players could become invincible by entering the admin can. Cool. Well, that's it for the patch notes, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully that was a patch notes plus enough for you guys. Just a little heads up, if you're watching this before Friday the 17th, I am doing a 24-hour squad stream, probably on my own server, PP, proper playstyle. I'll also be doing a charity event with some fun rewards. You know me, I like to eat. I'm a big boy. And I guess we're gonna eat some scorpions. So does that show right? There you go. So that'll be fun, and I think if we get up to the goal, I do have this. So things are gonna be terrible. So let's not make that goal. So don't cry on stream. That'd be terrible. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Hopefully you pick something up from this. If you're just listening because you like to listen and not read it yourself, congrats, proud of you. Thanks for giving me the view. Check me out every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, not Monday, for some good, delicious squad content. With that, thanks, guys. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day.